Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Rich. I do the biology stuff. For the benefit of the recording, I'm going to hand you over to Trav so he can say hello.
Hey guys, I'm Travis. So I do all of the communications for Tailored Tutors. So anytime you guys send us an email or a chat, I am the guy that you're speaking with.
Travis is the guy that, when all those emails you get that Travis on the end of it, he's the guy. He's the man sitting behind there writing you nice personalized responses. So if you have any questions now, you can put a face to the name. Bruce's probably not around right now. He's got a super cute dog called Brewster, who's
he's upstairs.
who keeps him company at work in there. Okay, so the whole plan of today is basically there's no free trial running right now. I've been tearing my hair out for the last few days and weeks trying to figure out exactly how it's all going to work. And I'm going to maybe ask you guys some questions later on about how you want the free trial to work, because we are just in the final stages of sort of finishing it all off, and there's a few things we can change. So maybe you can give us your opinions on that. Okay, so without too much further ado, let's give you a little bit of a look inside. I could ask you some questions, but there's not huge numbers of you. I don't think the data is going to be all that relevant. Okay, so quick question to you in the chat. Who knows what the difference is between the starter guide and the essential guide? We do two basic, depending on which subject you do, but there are the starter guide or the ultimate guide. There's two options. Do you know what the differences are? Yes or no, first of all. And if you do know the differences, what are the main differences for you? I want to know that. So shoot us that answer in the chat. Samira, you're there. I can see that you're there, but I haven't had, just say hello. Just give us a little hi. Same for you, Shakib. Give us a nudge in that chat so that we can figure out exactly, we can communicate with you then. Don't be shy. It's all super chill. Okay, so I want to know basically from you guys what Ryan, do you have one of the courses? I know that we were on YouTube a lot and you were there in lots of our YouTube live sessions. I'm going to start a poll question and see which year you're in. I think let's find out what school year or what college year, if you're at school or college. You'll have a nice little pop-up. Let's get most of you. I'm expecting an answer, but I'm not quite so sure. Let's call it a day on that, I think. I'll share those. Basically, everyone here, year 12. It's pretty surprising. I was actually expecting more year 13 students than year 12 students, but as a biologist, I can tell you that small sample sizes are not always the most reliable data sets. So we'll see. And I also want to know, what else do I know? What other questions have I got in here? Stop sharing those results with you. I can ask you another question. Which subjects do you do? Let's figure this one out. Right now, as I said, we do biology, chemistry, and maths. Physics is going to be coming along a little bit. Which subjects are you? Ooh, a bit of. Hey, Faye, or Faye or Frey. Hey, Faye. I don't know if you can jump in there and jump on and answer this poll question. Just basically, we're just asking which subjects you do. If you can just fill that in, that would be awesome. And I can share it with you. Basically, everyone's voted, which is super nice. Share those results. So we got most of you doing biology, and then a bit of chemistry, a bit of maths and physics, kind of pretty even spread there, actually. Welcome. Faye, if you can't find the chat somewhere and jump in and say hello. Hi, Samira. Oh, and Samira's given us an answer. The main difference between the two guides is the ability to comment on the videos. Yeah, absolutely. Basically, the starter guide is the videos covering the whole spec. And that's it, which is like 2 years worth of entire teaching. And the ultimate guide gives you access to the teachers who wrote the courses. So if you have questions on the videos, if you want to join the live questions and ask in person. Ryan, I think you've been to some of the live classes. I'm sure I know that your name. So Ryan, how do you find the live classes? I'm sure that would be useful for other students to be able to ask you questions as someone who's sort of done it for real, so to speak. Wonder if I've got any other questions here that, how did you hear about us would be quite just an interesting one. We can make this one super quick. How did you first ever come across TT? Was it Facebook? Was it YouTube? Was it a friend? Was it your teachers? And yeah, teacher is in the list. Other. Who said other? I want to know what the other was. Shoot us that in the chat. We don't get to see it. All this is anonymous in the poll, so you can say whatever you like. You're not going to be chased down. Yeah, so the live classes are great for things you're struggling with and for pre-reading. Yeah, the live classes have been super useful. Ann Hubbard. I wonder if that is the Ann Hubbard that I know. If that is the Ann Hubbard that I know, very well welcome. If not, then I have a very close family friend with the same name. Anne, if you can find the chat and let us know, are you the Ann Hubbard of Bear Green or not? Okay, right. Let's, without too much further ado, let's sort of go inside and take a little bit of a look at the courses. As Samira nicely said, the main differences are between the starter guide and the essential guide. The starter guide is going to give you just all of the content that covers all of the specs. So everything is included, but if you have any additional questions, then you're basically not able to ask them. That's what the ultimate guide's all about. So I'm going to pull this window across. Let's do, most of you did biology. So I'll start with the biology window. I will show you inside all of the, I'll show you inside all of the courses so you get a chance to see them all. Let's do a little bit of this. Okay, so once you're signed up, you can see this user has AQA. You get to choose, there are completely separate courses for AQA, for OCR and EdXL. It's the OCR-A and the EdXL-A SNA-B spec, in case you're wondering. So obviously this student is a year 13 student. They've got the year 1 course. This is the year 12 content, and the year 2 course, which is the year 13 content. So I've queued up a few things here. Here you can see basically the entire curriculum. So you've got, it's all broken down in the same order as the specification. So obviously the OCR course is going to have different videos, and it'll be in the same order as the OCR spec. But you've got all these little videos here. You can see the length of the video in the brackets afterwards. So 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 12 minutes. You know, the average, I think we worked out a mean is, I think mean is something like 6 minutes something. But you've got the entire course going through the entire A-level year 1 or AS content, as it used to be called. You've got all the statistics units down here. You've also got all the maths and stat skills down at the bottom here. And you've got all the practical skills down. So like, it is literally everything. A question we get asked quite a lot is, does it cover this? Does it? Yes, whatever it is, if it's in the spec, we do cover it. And in fact, something that like ultimate guide students will get is all the access to all the PDFs, which helps explain that a little bit. But we're not looking at that right now. We're looking at the starter guide. Okay, so you'll see obviously all the sections here. You can use this collapsible menu. You can like see all the contents which is in there. Did we get an answer from Anne? No, Anne, if you can find that little chat bubble somewhere and tell me where in the country you are, that would be super wonderful. Okay, so features you do get as a starter guide user. Every single student gets this traffic light system. In fact, Trav, this is something that we need to remember. We need to award a prize for the traffic light system naming prize. I haven't reviewed those since the competition ended. Someone is owed something for that, and we should put that on the list to be fixed by next Friday. That's a little note to self.
For sure,
okay.
Yeah, I think I know who's the winner. So yeah.
Okay, great. So we have this. You can see above every single video here, you've got a way of marking, and if you look at this dot over here, this dot is going to change color as I change this. So this you can use as a system for self-tracking. Basically, we had lots of comments of people who at the end of the year have completed, they've watched all the videos, but what they want to be able to do is then be able to sort them. It's like, oh, these are the ones I need to go over again. And so this system gives you an ability to basically mark a video. And I suggest, even if you don't have a plan for it right now, if you watch a video, you at least mark it one color. Otherwise, it's going to stay gray. It will stay gray until it's marked, and then you can switch colors after that. So this is really nice. And if I go through a couple of videos and just mark a couple of them, I'll mark that one as amber. It helps if I actually click the button. Oh, my mouse is frozen, which is not. Web page is slow. That's my internet connection. It's not typically, I never use Firefox. This is why I don't use Firefox most of the time, because it tends to be way slower than Chrome. What browsers do you tend to use when you're using the site? Because we get a bit of data on that, but we have to design it so that it works in all browsers, but some browsers look better than others. Okay, so I've marked a couple of these in this course. If I'm now looking at the Brian, did you know this? This is something I might be able to teach you. Now, if you're looking at the overview of this course, you can view how many lessons you've marked as red, how many lessons you've marked as amber, and how many lessons you've marked as green. So this, from the overview of this slide here, you can see this course, I haven't done any. But on this course here, I get all my labels. And so I can see in a very quick summary, like, what do I need to know? So that's more or less what you get with the starter guide. You get all the videos, but you can see here that right here, there's a PDF that goes with this video, but starter guide users don't get any of the PDF stuff. the specification is listed underneath. And also another major thing, as Samira said, that you don't get to see the answers to any of these questions. You can't ask us a question and you don't get to see the answers to any of the questions. So you can see the questions that other students have asked, which are probably great questions, but you obviously, if you want the option to ask a teacher in your course one of those things, then that's what the Ultimate Guide is all about, basically giving you that extra support. Ann Hubbard says, Ann Hubbard, are you the Ann Hubbard that I know, or are you a different Ann Hubbard that's just there by coincidence? Okay, so that is biology. I can show you chemistry. It's going to look very, very similar. So this is someone who's enrolled in the chemistry course for the starter guide. Again, you can see the entire specification here just laid out. This is, in fact, and the Ann Hubbard that I know is an amazing chemistry teacher, in fact. So she's getting... Yeah,
Anne actually sent an email saying she was your old chemistry teacher.
Oh, wonderful. Hi, Anne. Hi, Ron. You're probably sitting... Yeah. So you can see this. I'll give you a sneaky peek inside the course then, Anne. So yeah, basically this is the year one part of the OCR spec. Again, I've just chosen OCR purely at random. If you're an AQA student or an Excel student, then the course is created for you. You've got it all laid out in the same order as the spec. And they're all, again, they are sort of between 5 and 10-minute videos. They're all one side of A4. So let's open up basic atomic structure, and you get see the notes. Obviously, this will play all the way through. You get a full explanation. You can find yourself in the menu here, exactly the same. You can use the traffic light system to give yourself a mood score, how you like it. Again, if you do want to ask us any questions, that's not a thing with the Ultimate, that's the Ultimate Guide students only. Starter Guide, you just get all the videos covering the full course, and everything's in position for you. Any questions about chemistry? Because I'm going to now bring in maths and show maths is a little bit different. So I've loaded that one open in another browser. This one's in Safari. So again, maths, starter guide, user. This is an EdXL student. I've just done one, picking all the students from the different exam boards. Again, you can see the whole course. You've got algebraic techniques, functions and their graphs, the entire specification for the new A-level maths. The math spec changed this year. And so this is all written by Ronnie, who works for Pearson's EdXL as well. She writes the mark schemes to the maths papers. Okay, so you'll see in here, you've got the video, and you've got with the maths, the thing that's slightly different about the maths is you have a bank of 5 questions. You have 5 apprentice, 5 expert level questions, and 5 master level questions. So a bit like easy, medium, hard. Once you get to the point where you can answer all 5 master questions, you are going to be very comfortable going into the exam, and you have the answers to them in a plain graphic. So this is one of the things I'm going to jump straight across now, I think, to the Ultimate Guide for maths. I'm going to show you how this is different in the Ultimate Guide for maths. So bring in another window. Okay, so this student, it has the Ultimate Guide for all 3, the bundle courses for biology, for chemistry, and maths. All the bundle courses, but only for the Ultimate Guide. There's no bundle courses for Starter Guide. We looked at doing that. It's just way too, it's already very complicated, the pricing and the course organization. So it was it was another level of complexity that we just didn't need. So this is a different student. And as I said, they've got the biology, chemistry, and maths, and they get a few extra courses. You have the web class courses. So there's a chemistry web classes course, there's a maths web classes course, and there's a biology web classes course. And let's look at that. I think maybe, let's open it in a new tab. Let's look at what that same maths lesson looks like for an Ultimate Guide user. So I think it was lesson number 1. Okay, perfect. So I can show you here what the differences are as soon as the page loads. Okay, so you've got the same lesson here. I'm going to pause the video because we don't need to see that. You have the PDF of the questions. So the video is the same. You have the questions here, apprentice, expert, and master. They're easier to download. And you have the answers here as well. But if I show you inside here, and you click this little toggle, you get a video solution walking you through. In mathematics, the actual answer isn't always that necessarily useful. What's much more useful is showing how to get to the answer, and more importantly, how to find your mistakes. So a lot of the work we do in the maths course is finding out the mistakes. What you'll see here is a little preview of the notes that you use to create the course. So you get all the important bits of information summarized on your notes here, which you can use, and Ronnie will help basically explain why the answers are the answers. And you'll see this little piece of information. This piece here, indices, is summary of basically the most important information. So there's a little bit of difference between the Maths Ultimate Guide and the other Ultimate Guides, because you get these video solutions for all of the questions. And if people find that really useful, it's something we're probably going to roll out for biology and chemistry as well. Also, once you're in a Ultimate Guide course, you can ask us questions and you can get to see Ronnie personally will log in and answer all of these things. I don't know why her image isn't showing up. It's normally there. Okay. Any other questions from the community? Do you want to see inside the Ultimate Guide? Let's look inside the web classes, shall we? So this is for example, the biology. These are my web classes. All the previous web classes are there as recordings. So you can, if you miss a live class, you can access all of the previous recordings here. And let's have a look at, shall we have a look at one of those? Let's have a look at one of those. You get with each hand, Ryan, so Ryan who's in some of those web classes, who attends my classes, you get a PDF basically of questions. This is the recording, but you get a nice question pack, which gives you all the questions that you get published in advance. You can then attempt those questions, and then during the live session, I'm going to be tackling those questions, breaking down the questions, show you what the question is really asking, which is a massive problem in biology. I'll be showing you how to do that and then how to use the right words on the exam. And I try not to just read off the mark schemes. I try and answer it from my own head, which means sometimes I make mistakes. I quite often make mistakes, but I think showing you the process of how to answer the questions is what the web classes are all about. So it's all about exam technique and applying the knowledge that you have picked up in the lesson. So the recorded courses teach you all the content. The live classes give you all the exam technique that you need to show you how to answer the questions, because it's often a very different skill being able to answer the questions versus being able to just know the content. Okay, I'd say as a general summary, that's about it. The only other thing which I haven't shown you that's included with the Ultimate Guide is the past paper library. So the past paper library gives you access to basically all of the past papers in one place. The most common complaint I get from students is like, where can I get past papers from? It's a right pain to download them all. From Physics and Maths Tutor, you've got to go past paper mark scheme, and there's like over 100. So that's 200 clicks and downloads and all the rest of it. With us, we've created a nice Google Drive file. It's not actually ours, it belongs to somebody else, but they've kindly shared it for you. We've got the old spec, the very old spec, and the new spec, and you can just download the entire folder if you want to. You can just, in one click, you can download everything. And so it's really easy to get all the past papers, and the past papers are absolutely key in terms of you excelling on the exam. The exams test you on how good you are at the exam. You could be an amazing biologist, and you could still come out with a B or a C in the A-level biology exam because you don't know how to answer the questions properly. Okay, and there's loads of other bits and pieces, lots of question packs. All those additional questions are included with the Ultimate Guide. They're not included with the Starter Guide. Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing now, if I can find where that is. Boom. Okay, so back with you. What else do we have? We can ask a few more polls. I've got a few more people in the room right now. Let's go. Okay, perfect. Now that I've explained some of these things, which of these features is most important to you? So with Tailored Tutors, with the Ultimate Guide, there's a money-back guarantee. So if you complete the course, and by complete we say 90%, you don't have to watch every single second of every single video, but we do expect you to watch the videos and take notes on vast majority, i.e. 90% of the course. Is that really important to you? The template notes. Oh, I actually didn't show you the template notes. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I could just give you a little sneaky peek of the template notes. Let's go back to my courses page. We've got the live web classes, the web class recordings. Some people much prefer the web class recordings just because obviously you can access them anytime. I should tell you the nights for the web classes. Tuesdays at 6 p.m. for an hour, we do year 12 biology content. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. for an hour, we do year 13 biology content. And it's the same structure, 6 p.m. for an hour, year 12, 7 p.m. for an hour, year 13. And then Wednesdays is chemistry and Thursdays is maths. So if you want, you can attend all of those sessions. That's 6 hours of live teaching per week per subject. Oh, no, sorry, 2 hours per subject, 6 hours if you do all three subjects. Okay. So the webcast recordings came out as most valuable according to you guys. That's really interesting. The comments and the questions, the traffic light system, no one. Live classes, no one. So Ryan, I take it that you probably prefer you prefer the recordings to the live classes. I wonder if you could shed some light on that. Is that because you can go through it more slowly and process it? Is that because, yeah, let me know. Yeah, like, perfect, Trav. Like, what is it about those Ultimate Guide features that make it so valuable? Any other questions? Do you have any questions about how it works, what the sign-up process is? Any other queries in there about what is included in either courses or how you might want to? I can share those results with you actually. How it works.
The notes. Faye says she can't always attend the live webcast.
And of course, and that's exactly why the recordings are there, because it's not always possible to attend those live classes. We've actually, the feedback that we've got there, that the live class recordings, the recordings are more valuable than the live classes. That actually, we did a lot of feedback from students at the end of last academic year. And that was reported as well, that because you can digest it more slowly, because you can do it in your own time, that the recordings are actually more valuable than live classes. Obviously, I like you to attend live because I'm the teacher. I need students in my room so that I can ask questions. I can figure out if I've explained something terribly. And if everyone's saying, what? I soon know that I've got to go back and I'm going to re-explain. If it's just a recording, it's not got quite the same value. And if you do have questions or niggles, you've watched a video and it doesn't make sense to you, then there's a Q&A at the end of every hour session, basically, that we are there to answer your questions. So it's such a nice opportunity once a week or for you to check in with your course tutor, who can then guide you through and answer any questions that you do have. Okay, so Ryan says they're condensed and have all the information on one sheet. Really nice. But you prefer the notes. Okay. Has anyone, okay, I want to know who has used, in fact, I wonder if I have this as a poll question. Was I organized enough to set this up as a poll question? I don't think I did. So who's used the Tailored Tutors course in the past? I guess some of you have used free trials. Obviously, Ryan, I know, is in the course. Who's used the courses in the past? I want to know, what is it that you liked about them and what can we do to improve? There's certainly the two main questions that I want to know from you students. Like, is it the fact that they're super condensed? Is it the fact that you can access them 24 hours a day? Is it the fact that they teach you the stuff that's going to be on the exam and nothing else? Is it the fact that they explain them better than your school teacher? Is it like, what is it? What is it about the courses? We know that students are super stoked on the courses because Trav, like, what proportion of people would you say, right, what are the general emails that you get from students saying comments about the course?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the students just love the fact that it's exam board specific, all of our tutorials. So it's, they only give you exactly the information that you need to know and nothing extra.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, yeah, so the fact that you don't have to scrabble around trying to find the relevant content for your exam board is super nice as well. Trav, I might hand over to you now just to show students around the FAQ page and the contacts page. We've done a bit of an update to the website recently, so you can give people a bit of a sneaky peek on that.
Sure. Let me just share my screen now. All right, so this is our FAQ page that we
brand new, hot off the press.
Yeah. So you can easily find it here under contact and info, just the very first one there. But basically we have split them into 5 categories so you can learn about the courses, how to use them, more account specific inquiries, questions about payments, as well as troubleshooting. So you just click on them We have sort of our most important questions kind of at the top. So can you view the contents and try before you enroll? Which exam boards do we cover? So the AQA, OCR, and the EdXL. Go back. Get a lot of questions about, obviously, how.
What would you say are the top 5 most common questions, Trav, off the top of your head?
The top of my head.
Well, just any ones that come to mind. Top couple.
Definitely free trial. What's the difference between the starter guide and the ultimate guide? How do you unsubscribe? So it's really nice. You can just click right here. You can do it yourself. You're not locked in to like 3 months or anything like that. You can just subscribe for as long as you like. When do my payments come out? We also have right here troubleshooting tips. And then the other thing I wanted to show you was if you do want to get in touch with us, we have a contact us page here, and there's my email right there, so that comes directly to me. I will respond to you usually less than 24 hours, but depending on weekends and holidays, within about 24 hours. We're here from 9 to 5. You can call us at this number or text us, and we'll get back to you that way as well. And you can also chat with us right on our website between 6 to 9. If you're looking for an instant reply, that's definitely the best way to get a hold of us.
Yeah, absolutely. So those emails, again, if you're sending us an email at Friday, 10 p.m., that email is not going to get looked at until Monday morning at the absolute earliest. So, and then we're also, so Mondays are super busy for emails. If you do have anything urgent to contact us about, you can call us during office hours. You can get on the chat from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So basically, we're pretty available. But if you're sending us an email over the weekends, then we won't get back to you because we don't work on the weekends. Unless you want your prices to go up and us to pay more people to answer the inbox on the weekends, then that's the way it's going to stay for the time being. Samira says, I'm currently self-studying biology and love the videos. They're super condensed and only contain what they're supposed to know for the exam, as opposed to the textbook, which has lots of unnecessary information that we don't need to know about. 100%. In fact, Samira, that is why I created the course and the company in the first place. There was so many, I used to tutor all the time, and the textbooks were just not really, they were good, but they were not adequate for teaching students how to pass the exam. They were modifications of old textbooks from old specifications. The current AQA textbook still has the authors as Glenn and Susan Toole. They wrote the textbooks when I studied it, which is at least 2 specifications ago. So all they do is they'll tweak and they'll edit, they'll add the odd page, they'll cut down. But those textbooks were not written for the new spec. And just textbooks are dead. Textbooks are dying. They don't, just imagine the difference between someone explaining and teaching to you from first principles versus a flat page of text that you have to read and interpret and then put all the pieces together in your mind. Like, you're basically teaching yourself at that point with a little bit of guided descriptions. Whereas with a video, you obviously are creating, the teacher is doing the explanation, and then you create your own notes. We expect our students to be writing. We give you the template, the page. Every lesson is a page of landscape A4 paper that you can fill in, and we give you the template notes to do that. All you have to do is listen and copy it down, and that is going to improve your understanding of the course and improve your exam technique at the same time. So, is this going to be on YouTube? We're probably, Mariam, how nice to meet you. Nice to join us. We will be doing, the free trial is going to be coming fairly soon. We're going to be doing a few virtual tours. We probably will put at least one of them on YouTube. Would you like to catch up on the video? Is that why, Mariam? Yeah, we can put it on YouTube. I can certainly put it on YouTube as an unlisted link, and I can send it to you if needs be. If you'd like that, then we can organize that for you at all. That's no worries at all. Where's my participants panel go? Okay, so I don't seem to have any other questions. Any other questions for us? Anything at all about what do they cost? Like the subscriptions are all month to month. You start a subscription, you stop a subscription, just like Spotify, just like Netflix. There's no contract, just month to month. You can subscribe for the full year. You can subscribe for a month. We will be releasing revision courses in the spring, which are going to be different this year. The revision courses this year are going to supplement the course. They're going to be taking you through past papers. They're going to be giving you some extra web classes, and they're going to be additional to the subscriptions that you have already. Will there be a full physics course next year? I'm going to be completely honest with you and say probably not. Ideally, yes. We have a lot to get done this year. Ronnie isn't an experienced physics teacher. It will require me to find a totally awesome physics teacher. And if you know someone who you think fits the bill, fits the mold, then absolutely you should let us know. Because if we find the right person, then I'm desperate to add physics. But I'm not going to do it unless the teacher is tip top, really, really fits in with the TT brand and is really good at what they do. So yes, I hope so. But I'd say if I was going to give it a probability score, no is more than 50% and yes is less than 50%. But what we will do is we'll look at building out the physics so it's much more fleshed out. Absolutely. Okay, I'd like to know then, where's the polls gone? Did I create, which of the courses do you think is the best fit for you? Do you think the starter guide, that it's just the videos, or the ultimate guide with all the option to ask your teachers questions and to join the live classes? Which ones do you think is the best fit? I think, we've got 100. Wow, that was fast. Everyone voted there. You're on the trigger. Okay, in fact, 5 out of, like 100% have said ultimate guide. As soon as, it takes a lot of teacher time. We often, Trav will back me up on this, often we'll get students say that it looks very expensive. I can assure you that the amount of time that it takes to create the documents that go into the course, to plan the live classes, to do the live classes, to answer all the comments on the course, you have access to one of the best teachers in the country in your field for less than, the ultimate guide, if you're in year 13, giving you the year 12 and the year 13 content, is 50 quid a month, 49, including all your taxes and whatnot. And so that is basically the price of, when I was tutoring, I was much more than that per hour. I was over £100 an hour. So you'd get me for half an hour for the time that you have my unlimited teaching for the entire month. You can watch as many videos during that time as you want. You can do as much of it as you want. You can do as little of it as you want. That is super interesting for us to know. Generally speaking, and what we suggest is that students try the ultimate guide first, because then you can get all those features. And if you think that actually I'm not using the web classes so much, or I don't need to ask that many questions, or my teacher's really good at answering these questions, fine, you can drop down to the starter guide. You can switch between courses on a monthly basis. As long as it's month by month, you can do as you wish. And in fact, what we can offer to you guys for just attending is, I haven't got this written down anywhere, but it is, there's a coupon out there. So if you guys are interested, in fact, how likely are you to start a subscription? Those of you that don't have one, Ryan, obviously, if you've got a live subscription, you don't need to answer this. How likely are you to, Anne, I'm guessing you're probably going to tick the nah, I'm not into it. Anne is an expert chemist. There's definitely no chemistry that we that we need to teach Anne. In fact, I'm going to be connecting. Anne's might even be contributing to the chemistry course, but that's a conversation we need to have. Now, Richard's nearly completed the basic part of the course, but I'd love him to add some of your knowledge and expertise to that. Okay, so let's do that and share the results. Okay, that's really nice for me to see. Those of you that are sitting on the fence, those of you that are like, not quite sure, something that we're doing and we've just started doing is that we're going to give new students who don't quite know what they want to do. If you want to try the ultimate guide for a month, basically we'll let you try it for the same price as the starter guide for the first month. After that, your prices will go back to normal, but the first month will be discounted. You'll basically get 20 quid off. so that the first month you'll sign up for the Ultimate Guide. And in fact, maybe I can screen share with you because it's probably going to be way easier doing it that way than anywhere else. Let me get the screen ready and I'll go to, so from the website, if you go to the courses, I'll show you how to use the coupon. I'll show you what the coupon is. You can pick your year 12 or you can pick your year 13. Obviously, just choose whichever year you're in. The year 13 students are going to get all the content. As I said, if you're a year 13 student, you don't need to worry about, you don't need a year 12 subscription and a year 13 subscription. We've obviously included all of that for you. So you need to pick the Ultimate Guide from the menu here, and you can choose your exam board. I'll do OCR just purely at random. So this will then take you to the checkout page, and then you can hit add coupon. And let's hope I set them up properly. And it's _month_discount. And if you apply that coupon, you'll see that the first month becomes £29, which is the same price as the starter guide. So you can try the Ultimate Guide out, and that will work on any of the Ultimate Guides for year 12, any of the Ultimate Guides for year 13. And in fact, one other thing I can show you is that if you want to, oh, Travis, you're chatting to me. If you want to, no, it was in the pop-up of the chat on the site launched to me. If you want to take the biology and chemistry or the biology and chemistry and maths, then all of that is explained over here. So you can see one subject, if you're in year 12, is 39. If you're in year 13, you get both years content, 49. Two subjects, you can see what the prices are here. Let's say you're going to go for all three subjects and you're in year 12. Again, just picking this absolutely at random. It's the same coupon. So if you can do in here, you just do and this is going to make it the same price as a single subject. So if you do two subjects or three subjects, you can welcome to try all of them for the first month. And again, it will just continue as normal. You'll pay the £79 as normal for the next month. You're welcome to unsubscribe, obviously, during that first month. You're not bound in any way. You can just try it out, give it a go. So the coupon is _month_discount. It can be uppercase, it can be lowercase. You can choose whichever way you want to type it, but $1_month_discount. Ta-da! I think we're about done, more or less. Yeah, so Travis has just put the coupon code in there. You won't find that anywhere else right now, folks. That's a bit of a sneaky special for you guys for just turning up. If you do have any questions, we've shown you how to get in touch. Travis is on the chat 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. He'll be answering your emails in the inbox. Again, allow sort of 24 hours for a reply for an email. Mondays are especially busy because there's sometimes, what would you say is the biggest number you've ever seen in the inbox on a Monday morning, Trav?
You know what? In April, May, June, it was, in the 500s. 500
over the weekend. So imagine he writing personal replies to all those people. He's very fast. He's a great typer. But so Mondays are just obviously busy because we come back into the office and there's just a huge backlog. So if you do want an instant answer on a Monday, jump on the chat because travel.
I will say that as well. If you put the subject line as urgent, I do scroll and scan through them, so I will take a look at that.
Yeah. Okay.
But definitely send me a chat if it's between office hours, and I'll help you out.
Yeah, or you can call between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. or you can text us as well. There's many ways you can get in touch with us.
I'm always here for you.
Yeah, so basically we're here. If you've got questions, then just jump on and ask us. So if you do forget the coupon and you were in the live session, just let us know that you were here in that live session. If you want to invite some other friends, then you're welcome to do so. So give it a try. The free trial, I was hoping it was going to be done for this session. It's not done for this session. I can't make it. There's been lots of just technical difficulties making it work really smoothly for you guys. I don't want to launch it until it's not ready, basically. So watch this space. But I mean, what I would say to you, as well as the free trial, if you're sitting on the fence, you're not sure if you're going to like it or not, you can buy the courses. If you buy the course and you decide that it's not working for you, that you regret your decision within 7 days, you can contact us and we will give you a full refund. Anyone basically who contacts us within the first 7 days, the only exception to that is that if you've joined a course, we get to see every single minute and second and play that you've watched. If you've watched 50% of the course in 3 days and contact us back and say, I'd like a refund, I didn't find it very useful, quite simply, we're going to look at your user behavior and say, you're just trying to get away with using half the course for free. We're not going to give you a refund. But if you've watched 10% of the videos, or you've watched 20 videos, you've watched less than 3 hours worth of time, like if you've not tried to abuse the system and it just genuinely isn't working for you, we'll give you all your money back. So you can try any of the courses basically at any time, and you can buy it risk-free. You can even use the coupon, try the Ultimate Guide for the price of the Starter Guide. In 3 days' time, you think, actually, you know what, I don't think this is going to work. And we'll give you your money back. And that's no problem at all. The other thing, anyone, I'm just interested now, anyone used Snap Revise? Anyone used any other, in fact, it doesn't have to be Snap Revise, could be, there was one that was launching, coming out called Study Rocket, but every time I've checked their website, it says coming soon, and it said coming soon 12 months ago, and nothing's happened yet. Has anyone used any of the other online courses out there? I've seen some of them, but I want to know, you've used it. Mariam, what did you think? Give us a little review of Tailored Tutors versus Snap Revise. I'd like to know what the pros and cons are of both. I genuinely want to know what the differences are, because I've seen bits of their courses, and some of it I'm sure is really useful. Some of it I see content in there that I don't think should be in there. They're not as specific to the exam boards as we are, that's for sure. Okay. Thank you. That is pretty much what everyone says, but yeah, it's a case of like trying to drive. Well, I mean, I don't know whether Snap Revise will give you money back I'm not anything to do with them, and I don't want to say anything bad about them, to be honest. I just know that when I speak to students, hundreds of students have used both, they say hands down that they prefer the courses that we've put together, which is really nice for us to know. And we just want to make sure that we stay on top, that we keep doing things the best we possibly can do. Okay. Awesome. Okay, Mariam, you said the videos are really good, to be honest, or aren't. You could clarify that, because I'm sure some of their content is good. I'm sure it must be. But if you just want to clarify that, Mariam, yeah, is that they are good or they are not good? And just who are you talking about? Us? Or are you talking about them? Okay, great. Any other questions? I think we're going to actually finally knock things on the head right here. I think as much as possible, I've tried to explain all the differences. And did you find this session useful? I'm going to bring my chat a little bit closer, because my chat's all the way over on the other side of the screen. And this way, at least I can read the chat and I can see it. Thanks for clarifying, Mariam. No, I meant Snap Revise videos aren't good. Well, that's nice. Okay, so let's say the videos aren't specific enough. That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about. I'm going to say I know that I am super experienced in what I do. I know that I specialize in getting students the marks they need on the exams. And I know that I've created a course that succeeds in doing that, because last year, 55,000 hours of Tailored Tutors courses were watched, 55,000. And I think the average user happiness rating was like 9.7 or something, like obscenely high user satisfaction score. So we're totally stuck with that, but we want it to be 9.8. We want it to be better. The girl's voice is really annoying. I'm sure some people found my voice really annoying, so I'm not gonna mock anyone for the sound of their voice. My mustache probably annoys some people. So I'm not gonna pay anyone any criticisms based upon how they sound or how they look or anything like that. Okay, great. So any other questions before we knock things on the head? If you do want to use that coupon, obviously give it a go. It's 1_month_free. If you do have any questions, jump on, ask Trav on the chat. You've now put a face to the name. If you've got any buddies who are interested in joining up or signing up, tell them to get in touch. Tell them to use the coupon. Tell them that if they do have any issues in the first 7 days, they can just write to us. And that we'll just how many do we get, Trav? Do we have many people who are like, I've tried it but don't really like it?
No.
No.
No. Everyone that I've talked to really enjoys it. So
Mariam asked a really good question. Are you able to share your username with other people? That's a hard no. Each account is for one student. It's obviously there's a lot of teacher time that goes into the ultimate guides, and it's designed for one student to be asking questions. Same with like Netflix. We don't do like a family account, but obviously A-level students are not families. If you have a twin who's doing the same course at the same time, get in touch. We will do a family rate on that for sure. But sharing, we do have an IP tracking system that will monitor your IP. So if you're logging in simultaneously from IP addresses at different locations, then it will flag in our system. If you're logging in from lots of different IPs, we obviously give you a couple. You got school, you got mom's house, you got dad's house, you got your phone, like got the library. But like if we have a system that basically looks for fishy behavior, if you're then logging in multiple times, if you're like logging in Manchester and Liverpool at the same time, then we know that there's two separate people doing that. So we will flag that up, and people who we find, you just get the account deleted and there's no refund on that because it's against the terms and conditions. It's quite simply one account per student. Oh yeah, Ryan, your sister does it. Ryan sent us an email. There is no official system for that because it's very rare. I have had brother and sister come through the course once before. Send us an email, Ryan. We'll deal with that on a bespoke basis, basically. But yeah, absolutely. If you've got, maybe you've got, you're really close in years, maybe one of you's in year 13, one of you in year 12. I'm more than happy to find a system that works for you. We'll figure something out. That's about it. I've said goodbye like 3 times now. I mean it. We've been here for 50 minutes. Mariam, if you do really want that recording, Mariam, send us an email and I can make sure you get a copy of the recording. It won't have a copy of the chat because I didn't record the chat in this session. But if you, yes, please. Okay. I will make sure that if it goes on YouTube, I'll send you all a link. If it doesn't go on YouTube, I will send us an email if you'd like a copy, and I will send you a link to an unlisted YouTube page. How's that? Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us at nearly 7 o'clock on a Friday night. I know it's not ideal, but this was the only time that I was free and Travis was free. We're both super busy, usually answering your inquiries or writing content. Ronnie, who's doing the maths course, who's totally wonderful, amazing, is flying out to meet me tomorrow. So I've been super busy trying to get that ready, get my filming studio set up for her. So yeah, it's been a busy time. Have a great weekend. Ask us as many questions as you want. See you next time. Thanks for joining us, Trav. See you soon. Bye.